All right, so I know you saw the title. We are going to be doing a palette bingo with the Haunted Europe palette from Nomad. I love this palette, it's so gorgeous. Let's see, if you don't know how palette bingo works, let me briefly explain. You can use a random number generator, something like that, to pick a few colors from a palette. And for me personally, I don't know if there's like a hard and fast rule, but I usually pick 5. That way, because that's typically at most how many shades I'll use for one look. I hold it to myself to at least use 3 out of the 5. But today I'm feeling kind of spicy and I'm thinking I'm going to try to do 2 different looks, one on each eye. I don't have anywhere that I'm going today. It's been kind of a lazy day at home, but I wanted to play with makeup. So on the screen, you'll see the 5 numbers that I picked from this palette. I did. Do you remember? I actually wrote them on the mirror, but we have. So for me, I always start left to right, top to bottom. You can see the palette. I got number 2, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, number 5. Then we have number 8. Where's number 8? Number 8. We have number 12. And then we have number 18. So, I mean, I'm gonna swatch them. Yeah, I am a little bummed that there's only one shimmer. That's not my favorite. Let's see. Yeah, let's see how this all looks together. It's gonna be a pretty dark look, actually. Ooh, this is gonna look nice. I think it's gonna look really cool. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, I do wish it was more shimmers or like a different shimmer because this one is really, really cool. But I think it'll still look nice. I've got some good ideas. So first up, I actually don't have any makeup on my face, in case you couldn't tell, because I always do my face makeup after my eye makeup because I'm kind of a messy bitch. So that's a me thing, not a you thing. Okay, so let's start with, I'm actually going to put on a face primer. And actually, I moved all of my primers around to kind of see what I have, and I've got a lot. So actually, no, I lied. I'm not going to do primer yet because I'm going to just mix a primer into a foundation. We're not getting too crazy today. And sorry if you guys hear that. My roommates are home. They're having a good time. Let's see. So first things first then, I'm actually going to use an eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to use the Hard Candy eyeshadow primer, trying to work my way through it. It's fine. It's not bad. It's very similar to the Urban Decay primer potion. It's similar to that, but almost more like the, if you remember, I don't think they even make it anymore. It's pretty similar to the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, if anyone remembers that primer from back in the day. It's a good primer. Not great, but good. And I mean, this primer is like, I'm gonna say like $5 or $6. It's really not that expensive, which is fine. It does what I need it to do. And that's that. I'm not sure when you're seeing this, actually, but I'm really excited that you're here to do makeup with me. I've been having a bit of a weird day. Like I said, it's been like kind of a lazy day, but I was supposed to go out today, but then like the friend of mine who I was supposed to go see, like I guess her dog started throwing up this morning, so that's never great. So I was like, don't worry about it. We'll catch up later. Yada yada. I'm not gonna remove these from my hand. That way I don't have to swatch them again. So if you see them in the video, I'm not sorry. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Frankenstein, which is the kind of orangey color here. There we go. I'm gonna go in with Frankenstein, and I'm actually gonna put that like up in my crease. And to see it, I'm gonna use my Ninja Turtles mirror. I love this mirror. Okay, so we got Frankenstein in the crease. I will blend that out a little more in a little bit. But then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Spandau Citadel, I think is how you say it. It's kind of a deeper, it's this one. It's like a deeper kind of orangey brown, I'd call it. It's got a little more like red tone in it though. So one thing I love about Nomad Cosmetics, and this is one of those controversial opinions I think, is I feel like their mattes blend really well. I didn't edit that. It was just me going in with this smaller like brush, just kind of adding a little bit of that darker shade into my crease. And I think it blended really, really nicely. It's not the most pigmented. It's not like one of those shadows that, you know, is instantly crazy impactful. But they're nice because you can build them and they play really well together. You know, I would have never put these together, but I low-key kind of love it. And then to make it easy, I'm just gonna put some of the gold all over the inner third of my lid and then just kind of like tap it over. And then, yeah, I'm the Harvest Queen. No? I want to be the Harvest Queen. What is it in The Office? Isn't Dwight the Hay King? Isn't that one of the later episodes where he becomes the Hay King? And it's like all a huge scam? I don't know. I think that's the one where Angela meets the senator, the state senator. I'm gonna say something controversially at Brave. I'm not the biggest Office fan. It's fine. I'm happy if it's your comfort show. I'm very happy for you. But I do think Parks and Rec, like one for one, is better than The Office. But it's also because like I would legit just watch Adam Scott read the phone book. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with Count Dracula. And I'm actually gonna use that as like a liner. And we're just kind of smudging it on. I don't want it to be like super precise. I just want to have like a little bit of contrast with the gold. And then I lied, I'm actually going to tap a little bit more gold over top of it to just add like a little bit of depth in the outside. That's what I like. I think, here, let's blend out, let's soften out the edge a little bit. But then I think that's kind of it for look one. I like it. I will also clean up my bottom lash line here. There is some fallout, especially if you're trying to use like a dry matte shade as a liner. It's a bold choice of mine, but I live boldly. What can I say? All right, I will be back to start look number 2 in a moment. Did you miss me? I know I haven't cleaned up my under eye yet. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna. Okay, so look number 2. I'm gonna use the one shade we haven't used yet, which is this one. It is called Ghost River. And for this one, I really wish that we got more shimmers. Because I don't know how this gold shimmer is going to go if I decide to use a shimmer, but let's play it by ear. So, are you guys ready for Halloween? Halloween's on a Friday this year. I'm so excited. I love Halloween. I've always loved Halloween. When I was a little kid, it was always my very favorite holiday. Mostly because, like, I got to dress up like someone else. And, like, playing pretend was always really fun for me. I mean, it still is. That's why, like, I love playing D&D. I like playing World of Warcraft. Although I don't really get into, like, the RP stuff in WoW. It's still, like, experiencing a new world, you know? But yeah, I loved Halloween as a kid. I always wanted Halloween to be twice a year. Because, like, you get to dress up and get candy. Okay, so now, similarly, we're gonna pop, let's see, Count Dracula again. We're gonna put Count Dracula in the crease. I want, like, a smoky eye look. I don't normally do all matte looks, and I do typically challenge myself to use 3 of the shades. So we'll see. Ooh, that's really looking nice. I'm not always a cool tone girly, but I like this look a lot. I think I'm gonna go in with Count Dracula, like, all over the lid, and then we're gonna lighten it up. I've got an idea for how to lighten it up a little bit. Oh, like this one, fun party look. This one, smoky girl. I don't even know if you can hear that. Smoky girl. I don't know who Smoky Girl is, but she's fun. She can hang. But yeah, when you guys were kids, if you celebrated Halloween as a kid, what was your favorite Halloween costume? I want to know. So now I'm going back in with the same brush that I used for what's it? Ghost River. And I am just kind of blending it out. Yeah. That's a fun smoky eye that took, like, no time at all. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to cut as little as possible. So I'm trying to fill the silence. So what I did was I tapped a little bit of our shimmer. Maybe. There we go. Just a little bit of the shimmer. And I'm actually just going to lightly tap it, primarily in the middle of my eyelid, and then kind of buffer it out a little bit, because I want, like, all of the gold to be right in the middle. Not quite like a halo eye, but just, like, soften it a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, I really like that. And then I'm actually using a different finger to kind of diffuse it. Yeah. I love that. That's really fun. Okay. 2 looks came together really easy. So let's finish the rest of my makeup and then we'll talk about it. So for me, I love Nomad Cosmetics. I'm not sponsored by them. I bought this palette with my own money. I'm looking for a bobby pin. My hair is pretty crazy today. I don't love it, but it is what it is. It's clean. I washed it today. But I'm putting my hair back, that way I can do my face makeup. Um, Going back though, Nomad. I got targeted ads for them like a couple years ago on Instagram when they had their Tokyo Harajuku palette, and I remember seeing it and being like, that's for me. That's a palette that I need. I'm going in with the Ulta Beauty Cool and Glow. I like to mix this with my MAC Studio Fix primer or foundation because it adds like a little bit of glow. And then my hands are clean. I washed them, not to brag. Oh my god. I mentioned this in a different video. I know it looks like a ton of foundation, but it's not. This is one pump of foundation. Back when, I mean, maybe it's still this way. Back when you had to buy the pumps separate for the Studio Fix. I can't remember if they have that as a part of it now. Okay. And then, yeah, I've been using my fingers more because, I don't know, my skin gets really dry. And I think somehow like the warmth feels nice. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I'm not a scientist, in case you couldn't tell. I'm not any kind of scientist. But yeah, I really, like I said, it looks like a ton of foundation. Don't worry. We'll be fixing it up. Let me get my concealer. Today we are going in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh in Fair 20N. And that I'm actually going to put right below my eyes. And we're going to let it warm up a little bit on my cheeks. And then we'll kind of smudge it on out. I think today I'm going to use my Hourglass palettes to do cheek stuff. We'll use NYX brow pen. I really did not clean up my under eyes at all, guys. But you know what? I like both of these looks. They're both very fun and very fall. If you're into that. I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'm not someone who wears makeup seasonally. But this is absolutely like a fall themed palette. So, say goodbye to our swatches. I'm gonna wipe them off. R.I.P. legend. R.I.P. Let's see. Let's do cheeks. I have both my dragon palette, which I think this might be technically the snake palette, but it looks like a dragon to me. I have my dragon palette, and then this is not actually the fox palette. This is the deer palette in the fox packaging, because it's a running joke for me to be called a fox. So let's see. Let's take a look at our blush options from both of these. I actually think we might go in with this one on this side with the cool tone look. I'm thinking that might be good. And then I'm thinking on the orangey look, doing this, what's it called? Radiant Peach. I think that'd be fun. Gonna do like a little orange vibe. So let's do the peach first. And I'm actually gonna mix it with this shade here. What's it called? It's a highlighter. It is in the shade Iridescent Strobe Light. And I'm just being a menace and just putting my brush all over both of them. It's my palette. I'm gonna use the shit out of it. And also, fun fact, I have the Swan palette coming. Do I need the Swan palette with my Payless? No. No, I do not. But I want it, and here's why. The Swan palette has the ability to be sheared out, which I love. It's got the ability to be sheared out, but also I've seen people do really beautiful, beautiful looks with it, with pale skin, but using it as eyeshadow. So for me, I'm thinking that could be nice for when I'm like going to the beach and I only want to pack like one thing. That could be my one thing, is like, go light with the blush, but then that's also my eyeshadow, and then, I'm only packing like one thing. Again, I'm going into both. It's a finishing powder in Dreamlight and a blush called Mauve Haze. It is both of these. I recommend this palette. I don't think you'd be able to get it anymore, but I really loved it. I loved the Snake palette. I thought it was really, really good. I've heard people say that like the palette quality has dropped off over the last couple years, but I mean, I don't know. I don't have any of the older ones to compare it to, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing, if I am missing anything, but I will say for the steep price point, they last a long time, which I love. And two, they work really well for what they're meant to do. Like the finishing powders, they're not a setting powder. They don't do that. They change the finish of your makeup, which is something that I think a lot of people, I'm just going in with a just regular brush to kind of blend things out a little bit. But I think that's something that people kind of maybe take for granted. That they're like, hey, I want, the finishing powder to set my makeup, and it's like, that doesn't do that. I like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we will do some brows. I have the NYX Lift and Snatch pen in ash brown. I'm just gonna paint my brows in. How do you like this camera angle, by the way? I feel like it's good because I can see my mirror, and I feel like you can see what I'm actually doing. Because that's always the hard part for me, is when like I'm watching like a YouTube video and I want to see how they're doing their makeup, but you can't actually see it, if that makes sense. Like if they have the camera like face on, you can't always see it because like their hand's in the way. I will say this brow, my left brow, it's always lighter than my right. And I think it's because I sleep on this side sometimes. So I wonder if maybe, let's not get too crazy. So I think sometimes that impacts how my brows look. I have dinner in the oven right now, guys, and it smells so good. I'm making meatloaf. Ma, meatloaf. No one? Anyone? Wedding crashers? Anybody? For lippy today, because I'm going to do my mascara off camera. I feel like that's one that you don't really need to see. I think for my lippy today, we're just going to keep it simple. And we're going to do a lip oil. This is in the shade Fenty Glow. I like it. It doesn't really add much, but I enjoy it. So we'll do that. We'll do my mascara off screen. Yeah, let me come back and I'll have mascara done. Okay, so mascara is on, but I am going to go in with a lip liner. This is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in 5 stars. And we're done. No, I'm kidding. I'm still going to put the lip oil on top, but I wanted to give my lips a little more definition. I love the Fenty lip oils, by the way. Oh yeah. I feel feel like a baddie right now. I am going to spray my face. This is a glowy setting spray. Because of course I'd rather be shiny. But yeah, this is the final look. Let me use my little, what are these called? Are they Uchiwa fans? I'm not entirely sure how to say it, but I got this one at Daiso. But I love it. But there you have it. That's 2 looks with the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. Let's see. So let's show off each look individually. So here's look number 1. I like this one. This is very like going to the pumpkin patch, going out to get a hot patty, stuff like that. Yeah, I like it. And then look number 2. There we go. To make sure I was looking right in the monitor. There we go. Yeah, so look number 2 is very date night. Ooh, maybe this is when you go on like a haunted hayride. Do people do those? Are those a thing? Or, you know, maybe you go to a haunted house, stuff like that. I don't know. But those are both of my looks, and I love them. I think they're amazing. I can't wait to use this palette again. If you do a Nomad Cosmetics palette bingo, please show it to me. If you do a palette bingo, just in general, show it to me. I like them. I will probably do more of these in the future because this was really fun. I can't guarantee that it will always be like a 2-look situation, but I do think I'm ready to go play video games, which is probably what I'm doing the rest of the night. Catch me if you catch me on WoW. That's probably what I'm going to be playing. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. I'm also in the process of finishing my Animal Crossing island, which is exciting and sad. But I appreciate you being here. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a great night, day, whatever time it is. I hope you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!